Hi everyone, Mrs. R here. Today we're going to look at measures of center. So we are going to look at different measures of center. Now there are multiple measures of center. We're going to focus on two of them today. The first one we're going to focus on is mean. Now that is another word for average. So how to find mean by hand is you add up all of your data points and then you divide by the number of data points you have. So for example, if this is our data set, if we add all of those numbers up, we get 49. Now if you count, there are 7 data points. So if we divide 49 by 7, we end up with a mean or an average of 7. Another measure of center is considered median. This is the middle number of your data set when it's ordered. So first, you have to list the numbers from least to greatest. That is the most important part of the median. Then you can find the middle number. And if there are two numbers in the middle, you're going to find the average of those two numbers. And we're going to look at a brief example for that. If this is your data set, the same one that we did before with the mean, I've reordered it from least to greatest. So we have 3, 3, 4, 6, 10, 11, 12. If we start finding the middle number by crossing out the ones on the ends, we cross out 3 and 12, 3 and 11, 4 and 10, and we have a middle number of 6. That means our median is 6. That is the middle number. If we take that same data set but add another point for 14, we have 8 data points instead of 7. Because we have an even number of data points, we're going to have to move to step 3 of finding the median and find the average of those two numbers. So if we cross out 3 and 14, 3 and 12, 4 and 11, we have two middle numbers, 6 and 10. We're going to find the average of those two numbers. You may be able to find it just by looking at it, that you know the difference between 6 and 10 is 4, and you know if you divide that by 2, you can add 2 to 6 and get 8. And so the middle number is 8. Another way you can do it is by taking the average of the middle numbers. You take 6 plus 10, you get 16 divided by 2, and you get 8. And therefore our median is 8. Here's an example that will make more sense with sports. So the table lists the average ages of players on 7 teams randomly selected from the 2010 teams in the National Football League and the Major League Baseball. Describe how the average ages of NFL players compare to those of MLB players. As you can see, we have two tables, and we have the average ages of players on 7 teams for both the NFL and the MLB. We're going to compare their mean and their median ages. If we take the NFL mean, we take all of the ages and we add them up, and we get 180.2. Because there are 7 data points, we divide by 7 and get 25.74 as the mean age of NFL players. For the Major League Baseball mean, we add everything up that was in the table. We get 198.8, divide by the 7 data points, and their mean average age is 28.4. Notice the average age of baseball players is higher than the average age of football players for the mean. Let's see what happens with the median. For the median, I reordered the NFL ages from least to greatest. Notice how it is in different order than the mean. The order does not matter for the mean, but it does for the median. If we cross off 25.1 and 26.3, then 25.2 and 26.1, 25.7 and 26.0, we get a median age of NFL players of 25.8. If we do the same thing for Major League Baseball players, we have the ordered data set from least to greatest, beginning with 26.9 and ending with 29.5. If we cross out both ends and keep going, we get a median age of 28.5. The conclusion we can draw is, in general, NFL players are younger than MLB players. You may want to ask yourself why this is. There could be many factors. One of the major reasons is probably that football is harder on your body than baseball. And so you're able to play baseball longer and older than if you were a football player. So that is just one reason. There may be more. Next, you're going to watch one of the following videos, depending on which technology you have. We're going to look at finding the mean and median using technology. You can watch the Desmos video if you use Desmos to graph. You can watch the graphing calculator video if you own your own graphing calculator. Thank you, and don't forget to watch the videos.